Well, Andrew, rumor has it that you love persimmons.
My wife and kids right now, when the word persimmon comes up,
Yes.
they go, "Oh my gosh!" And it's just like they've like, we've heard this lecture enough times, but they've actually kind of gotten into it. They understand what's so great about this tree, which isn't a part of most people's landscape.
No, they aren't, because people just think of apples and other fruits and even nuts and such.
And it's a tree that's like, I hear from old timers, let's say,
Yeah.
who are like, well, I grew up on a farm out in the country. And in the winter, that was our candy. We'd go off into the woods and we'd eat this like dried, wrinkly fruit, super sweet. We have to spit the seeds out. But it's like, I kind of feel like I'm tied into the history of this land. This tree's been here for thousands of years.
Yes, well, it is Diospyros virginiana,
That's right.
our native persimmon tree.
It's right in the name.
And you've got one here, and I
Yeah.
understand you grew it from seed.
So this, I found the seeds from we found a couple trees in some neighborhoods in Chesterfield County.
Cool.
A couple wild persimmons.
Great.
So this is
Ecotype, good job.
Yeah, I mean, this is nearby. This is
Yeah.
from very close by. So this is a tree that is, I think, 3 years old.
Okay.
So what we did is we got the seed from the fruit.
Right.
We cold stratified it. Do you want to tell people about that?
Well, it's just giving it a cold period to allow that seed to rest, to actually get its winterization, so that when the warmth comes, it can germinate and grow.
Yeah, and it basically is, we mirrored at home what happens in nature. It just sits on the ground somewhere.
Yeah.
Or
Put it in the
an
freezer.
animal takes it somewhere, if you know what I'm saying,
Yeah.
and then it gets planted.
Then it gets scarified. Anyway, when it goes through the gut. Anyway, we
that's
won't go through that.
I'm going to Google that when we get home. That's two things you're making me Google. All right, so it's now time to take this guy,
Yes.
and I think we need to put it in a bigger pot.
Good, let's do it.
All right, so
yeah.
this is and I think this process, we did a couple of these this afternoon.
So you've got some soil in here
And you
already.
can see that it is kind of root bound. I don't know if I'm on the right
it
camera
is,
there, but there's
yeah.
some. So we kind of had to work our way, kind of like pushing and pulling.
And I love how you
wanna help out
reused
here?
pots.
Oh yeah, I think these are pots from our. Oh come on, I don't want to mess this up because it is
Yeah.
kind of stuck in. Oh,
There we go. It's okay.
Is there a cleanup crew here?
Yes, there is.
Should we show that? But you can see there's some pretty decent
Got
roots.
some nice roots in here. Really nice ones coming along.
And then just break that up a little bit. It's about the right.
Yeah, break it up a little in the pot.
Break it up more in like this.
Yeah.
Should I try
Kind
to
of-
drop the level down a little?
It might, yeah, but massage it a little so
Yeah.
the roots break on. There you go. All righty.
And then this is just clean up on aisle 3.
Yes.
But so obviously, if we were at home, we would
Be watering in
we'd
between.
water this.
Yes.
And I'll do this when I get home.
Yeah, and we want to make sure that we don't raise the level. We want to keep it
Oh,
at the
yeah.
original level. But if you're at home, also you want to chunk it with your fingers to get that soil down along that side.
And fill in the holes.
Yeah, to fill in the holes.
We'd water this. So you would also. I want this to grow a strong central stem because I don't want it to kind of be a bushy. I want it to be a tall and proud
Yes.
persimmon. And so you're going to help me do that.
Yes, I
right?
am. Mhm.
Because I have total imposter syndrome. This is the first time that I've done this, or the first year we tried it.
It's
but we want to
easy,
take
easy.
this to. We want
Easy,
this
easy,
guy to
go
be the.
easy.
Yeah.
Don't bend
I
so
don't want to break
fast.
it. Okay, so we have a little stake here.
So we have easy tools here. We have a nice strong stake and we have fasteners, and they can be zip ties, it can be string, whatever.
I'm just going to stick it right down in there.
Right, and you want to put the stake right next to the trunk and put it in there all the way down. Yep, so it's good and sturdy. And then what we want to do is, trees have an apical dominance, that top bud.
That's this guy right here.
Yep, and we want to now take this and tie this trunk starting at the bottom and going up,
Okay.
so that we are
And not too tight, but
Not-
not
yeah.
too loose.
snug. How about that for a good word? Okay?
And this is just some twine. I'm not counting on this lasting more than, or needing it more than a year.
Right. It's all you're going to have. So
Right
we
about
wanna-
here?
Right about here. And don't get anal and pull it all the way in to make it perfectly straight. It's
Right.
a tree, and it's been growing a little, catawampus for its whole life.
Yeah.
So we can't make it a perfect straight stick, okay? And then we want to get this one up here. So why don't we put one right there?
Right
and what
above
it is,
this or
yes,
below?
right above. And what we're doing, we're incrementally tying it.
How are we doing on time, Peggy?
We're doing great.
Okay.
We're doing great. And now comes the tricky part, because we
Right.
have to gently, we don't move it fast. We have to gently pull this up to here, to tie it up here, before we do the final tie. Now you have to realize this is the branches have forked, so we've got to pick the best one. The one that has a nice strong leaf pattern, good space between the branches. Very healthy tree, Andrew. I'm very impressed.
Thank you.
And a nice clean bud. So I'm going to tell you to pick the left side, because the right side's a little gnarly, a little twisted.
I was talking with my daughter about this today.
Yeah.
You're telling me that whichever one we decide, will literally become the trunk of the tree.
Will become the new, right.
That's so cool. And you want this one?
Yes.
I wasn't listening. I was working. Sorry.
Plants have hormones, and it's the growth hormones, and it's most plants, it's at the tip of the top bud, and then from there, if you lose that top bud, it'll branch out. Some plants, like your determinate tomatoes, will naturally just grow one stalk, where your indeterminate tomatoes or your bushy tomatoes, viney tomatoes have many, many, branching, vines coming off of it. But right now we're going to have this be that new top or dominant bud.
I brought my scissors.
Good, make it pretty.
No, but you said not to, should I?
Don't prune anything.
Don't cut anything
Don't
off.
cut anything. Just give it about 6 to 9 months.
Okay.
Then you can take it apart.
And then I'm going to put it in the ground this fall is my plan. You think it's about time for these to go in the ground?
I think it's definitely time for these to go
And when
in
I
the
talk to
ground.
people about persimmons, I tell them they were meant to be in your soil.
Yes.
In your garden.
Yes.
You put them in and you don't really have to do a whole lot to them. They are really strong, vigorous, healthy plants, and they like it right here in Virginia.
Exactly. And the key is, do not harvest them until after a good, strong frost.
Do we have time to talk about that?
No, we don't, but I just want to give everybody that
Don't eat
thing.
a persimmon unless it's really wrinkly, the native persimmons, or it is a miserable experience.
Absolutely. But this has been a good one. Thank
Okay.
you, Andrew.
All right.